Today's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be strictly informational. So today I want to talk about something that I overlooked myself. I believe people constantly still overlook every day, and I don't think it's going to change unless we properly approach the situation the correct way. So today I want to talk about the difference between your abs and your core, what that difference is, and what's the best way to train. So first things first is your six-pack that you see, that is your abdominals. However, that is just one part of your entire core. You have your obliques, you have your pelvic floor, you have your lower back, so forth and so on. Now, what happens is when people strengthen their lower back, pelvic floor, etc., they get a good base, work out your core all together, the abdominals is just expected, it's warranted. If you have a strong core and you do strong core workouts and you can really control your own body weight, you're going to have a six-pack. Oftentimes people believe that I want a six-pack, I want abs, but what they really mean is I want a strong core and a strong base. That's what they truly mean. And if you look at the best physiques, they all have strong cores, every single one of them. Even people that are really large and really bulky, they still have strong cores. I myself was very confused for a long time until I started seeing specific influencers on social media that really broke it down. However, yeah, it's common knowledge once you do a deep dive, but if you never do that deep dive, you're never gonna understand it. So moving forward, just try to think to yourself when you're in the gym or you're approaching a workout, think to yourself, how can I hit a really good core workout? Rather than just, getting on the floor and doing 100 crunches, because although that's not bad for you, that's not going to give you quick results, and it's not going to give you long-term results. Long-term results and quick results would be working out your core like crazy and getting better every single day, getting better every single week, and then just staying consistent with it, along with a really good diet. Diet is so important, is because you can do 1,000 crunches a day. However, if your diet's poor and you have a high body fat percentage, you're just never gonna see the abs. So that's why people say your diet's 80% of it. Now, let's say you're extremely lean, naturally lean, you have a really fast metabolism, and you've always been lean, you've never really put on excess weight, but you don't train your core and you have a weak core, you're just gonna look flat and very malnourished. So it's either malnourished and flat or overweight and you don't see it, but in the middle you have a medium where people eat the correct diet, do the right things, and then you can see it. So the reason people say diet is 80% of it is because it is. You could do 1,000 crunches a day, you can do amazing core workouts, but if you're eating really bad, you're never going to see a strong core or abs. That's just always how it's been, and that's how it's going to continue to be. Now you have different groupings of people. You have people that are malnourished, have a naturally fast metabolism, but really weak cores. That's what I looked like when I was younger. You just look flat and you look weak, and I basically consider it malnourished almost. Then you have on the complete other side, you have someone that doesn't have a fast metabolism, puts on excess weight naturally, always has, and you can't see the abs, or you can't see the strong core. Even if it's there, you still can't see it. These are the people that you see that are extremely athletic, but just never had that aesthetic look, and it's due to the diet, I believe. So you have someone who cares about their diet, works out their core, but is also doing a little bit of everything in moderation. Those are the people that you'll see their six packs, because they figured out a cycle and process that works for them. Whether that be bulking, cutting, or how much calories they take in that day and when they take in their calories. Everybody is a different equation. I equate each individual to their own equation, right? And you have to solve your own equation. Everybody's different height, different metabolisms, different lifestyles, and different diets. You got to figure out what works for you. But most importantly, if your diet is poor, your showing of your abs and strong core will look poor. You'll have a poor aesthetic. It's just there's a positive correlation between diet and aesthetic, and it's always been that way. So one of the reasons why only doing ab workouts is extremely detrimental is because it's like trying to fix the It's like trying to fix all the windows on a really shitty house that is already breaking down. You could fix the windows, but like if the house is breaking down, the house will break down. Another analogy I could give would be like, you know, being rotten inside and then getting like a bunch of surgery to make yourself look good. Like that's not gonna last, and you're not gonna really look good in reality. So yeah, so working at your abdominals when you have a weak core is just silly. It's like trying to fix a leak in a kitchen that is falling apart. So it's like fuck. Here is a graph a little circle I made, right? So this circle is your core. Your core consists of your abs, obliques, transverse abdominals, lower back, pelvic floor, diaphragm, stabilizer. Now, even when I was really skinny and essentially malnourished, you weren't going to see my transverse abdominals that much because I had a really weak lower back with my L5 herniated disc. I wasn't strengthening it at all. My pelvic floor was poor. My obliques were poor. My stabilizers were poor. Everything else was poor. So even though I was super thin and you could see like my muscles in my arms or like whatever I had in my chest, you wouldn't see the abs. And that's because these were super weak. Now, people don't understand that abs, what you think is your abs, is realistically, it's your core. And when you have a strong core, you're going to have the abs. It's not up for argument. It's a given. It's proven. So this is the pie. Your abs is just a piece of the pie. You got to do everything else, and that's core. And that's why if you incorporate core workouts into your regimen along with a great diet, it's a matter of time that you get all of these things and you get a strong core. Here, core is your function and stability. Abs is your appearance. So in order to have the appearance, you have to be able to do the function and stability. Train your core, abs will follow. It is proven, it is obvious, but throughout all of the stressors in life, the busy schedule, you have a hard day at work, and to be honest with you, it's pretty hard to eat a salad. You know, we don't obtain these physiques and aesthetics that we like, but throughout training yourself and mentally conditioning yourself, you can change that. You could program yourself to operate differently. What everybody should be doing moving forward is you should be incorporating a really good diet into your regimen, working out core. So if you're doing chest, back, or legs, try to hit a workout that is predominantly core based. So like squatting, barbell squat is a full body workout essentially. It's really good for your core, but people hit it on leg day. That's something that I would equate that to. So what you want to do is you genuinely want to always prioritize core as well as diet, and then I promise you your abs will follow.